Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Ryan.
I'm Heather.
And this is Confidence Through Cabaret, the Confidence Through Coffee segment of our amazing new vlog. Hello.
It is. Hello. And cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. What are you
Did
drinking?
you not bring coffee to Confidence Coffee?
I did. Confidence.
Usual.
I've got
Yes,
I
yes.
think it was the same
Confidence.
one, actually.
Actually, mine's gone cold, so I
Yeah.
don't mind cold coffee anymore. I used to hate it.
I still
Yeah,
can't get on with
yeah.
coffee,
So
though.
you know the cheers. Cheers to
Cheers.
your possible beauty.
Cheers to my possible beauty. How dare you. Oh dear. But that actually works quite nicely as a nice little segue into what we're talking about today, because I forgive you for that comment.
Thank you. I don't want your forgiveness, but thank you. I appreciate that you have forgiveness in your fun little insults, which is really just me amusing because everybody says I'm like Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek. So
Yeah,
there it is. So
there's
that's
nothing wrong with
my
that
little
at all.
nod. See,
There's nothing wrong
nothing
with that
wrong with
at
it at
all.
all. But today we are so pleased to introduce our podcast that we're launching today. Anywhere where you get your podcasts, Confidence Through Cabaret, search and you'll find it. We are featuring the amazing Amber Kleid,
Yeah.
and it's just been such a great week because on Monday we did the masterclass Monday, and we were featuring a masterclass all about dreamscaping that Amber did with us, and you can find that on confidencethroughcabaret.com. If you make a profile, and then you can go in and you can check it out, and you can follow the worksheet and follow along with her and learn what that's about. And but spoiler alert, it's all about finding your true passion and desire and what you want. And so we were so happy to feature that on Monday, and then we talked more about it on Tuesday. And another spoiler alert, you'll hear more about it for Thursday and Friday as well, because it's just so worth it, And I love Amber talking about that. We start with what we want,
Yeah.
and then we go into self-care.
Yeah.
Because if you do self-care and you don't know what you want, then sometimes those can be misaligned.
Yeah.
And then we go into gratitude and being grateful for what we do have, and then moving into a space of forgiveness.
Yeah. And forgiveness is a very interesting topic, but we have a lovely little slice of footage from our podcast. So should we have a play? Should we play?
Should we play?
Let's do this. Okay.
Okay.
Enjoy.
How essential is the forgiveness part?
For me, it was everything. It really was. And and here's the thing, I didn't understand what forgiveness was. I thought that if I forgave this person for their wrongdoing, then they're off the hook. I've had to put up with this shit for my entire life, and they get to go have coffee with their friend and never think about me again. And then I found through reading and just educating myself over it, I realized that it's not about that at all. It's about me. It's about me being able to let go, and they can do whatever they want.
Well, that was certainly very interesting. What did you think of Amber's sort of standpoint on that? Because I think it is a really interesting. I think it really is an interesting moment within that podcast.
Yeah, I do too. And I mean, Amber shares a lot of her story and a lot of things that she needs to personally forgive. And so did I, actually, now I think about it. But, it doesn't have to be big things that you're forgiving. So forgiveness is a huge topic, as you say, but it can be forgiving little things, letting them go. And I was saying to somebody the other day about, when we hold on to that baggage, it's almost like it's in the trunk or the boot of our car, and we're driving around with it, and then eventually you're going to pop that open, and the stuff's going to be in there. And I think, you need to let go of some of the stuff in order to move on. And I think it's in those moments when we come into ourself. So
Mm.
I always felt like it was forgiveness with my ex-husband, that it was kind of letting him off the hook, and it isn't. It's about the person forgiving.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much
And
so.
much of self-forgiveness is much of forgiveness is about self-forgiveness.
Yeah.
It just is.
Mm.
So everybody says I'm really hard on myself and I'm really self-critical, and I
Right.
think, okay, I need to look at that because there's a pattern, right? Like this is constantly coming up with various
Right.
people, so it's clearly a thing.
Mm.
And self-forgiveness starts with just having that awareness
Yeah.
of it, and then forgiving yourself. So I'm trying very hard this week to forgive myself for leaving my taxes for a whole year, because January 31st in the UK is our tax day.
Yeah.
And in 2019 I said I'll never do it again. Oh, sorry, 2020 I said I'll never do it again. And then there I was in January 2021 doing it again. And I was really mad. And I didn't want to forgive myself. I was like, no, I deserve to be punished. And but it's actually quite ridiculous, because when you carry that around, you carry that tension in your body. And Amber shares with us some of her experience with yoga, because she's a yoga practitioner and qualified instructor. And I think it's about like finding space in your body so that you can let goodness come in, and the way to do that is forgiveness.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a very good point. I think, yeah, it's one of the, when I've spoken to people before about this, because it's something I've been thinking about for a while now, it's like, how do you move on from certain situations, and how do you start to move past certain blocks that present themselves in your life? And don't get me wrong, when I say this, these are not simple or easy revelations. They are quite big, even when you're doing something, even when you're forgiving of what could be termed small things, if you want to put them as such. That still takes a certain amount of you being able and willing and ready to do all those things. You have to be in the space to do it. But one of the things I've often asked when I've talked to people in the past, and this has often happened, in a number of different arenas, who are you holding that baggage for? And I think that question often sparks a thing, because truthfully, when it comes down to some of that stuff, we are given other people's ideas, expectations, pain, discomfort sometimes. And we often end up holding that and storing it within us, as you say, physically, and it has a weight, and once you get to a certain point, then you can start looking at it and go, why am I holding this pain and this baggage for this person? I don't need to do that. And when it gets to that point, that's when you can start looking at forgiving that aspect of it, so you can start putting that baggage down. This isn't about them and that aspect of the forgiveness isn't about them. It's about getting clear in a way on what you're holding within you and what you don't need to hold anymore, so that you can feel lighter and freer.
Absolutely. And I think, when I think of the people that I've needed to forgive, I didn't want to forgive them.
Right.
But as you said, it isn't about them. It's more of it, rather than I don't want to forgive them. It's an emphasis on I don't want to forgive them.
Yeah.
When you look at it like that and put that emphasis where it belongs, which is about me, then you can start to go, I don't want to hold that. I don't want to feel angry, sad, whatever, whatever your feeling is. I need to be able to move on. And if you can put it in that context, then it allows you to move on. And you don't have to get back in touch with them and say, hey, I forgive you, because
no,
you just don't need the response, whatever that is.
No.
And it doesn't mean that they're off the hook, and it doesn't mean that they get to continue in your life even.
No.
But it does let you release that space that you're holding for that. You're right.
Exactly.
And that's why I love things like yoga practice or meditation practice or journaling practice or anything that creates release and then space, so that you can breathe in better things, the things that you want.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you put down that baggage, when you put down that stuff that somebody else has given you, what things could you pick up, for lack of a better analogy? What other things could you pick up and clutch to you? What other things could you be carrying that you want to carry? What
And
are
I'll
those?
tell you what you could carry.
Say
All
again?
the things on your list are what you could carry.
Yeah.
All the things on your list that
Mhm.
you did when you were dreamscaping. All
Yeah.
the things that you want.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what you can have.
Exactly. Absolutely. Oh, this has been
I know. It's really I think of the four kind of pillars that Amber talks about, with kind of like, what do you want, and then self-care, which are tricky subjects even though they sound easy,
Yeah.
and then gratitude, which is a constant practice. I think in fact, I know for me, forgiveness is the hardest, and
Right.
it's such a
Right.
big topic, and maybe it's something that we need to
Mm.
look at with self-love.
Yeah, actually,
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
if people would like to talk more about that practice, because it's quite a big practice, but it's often it's not something that's necessarily can be covered very simply. So if people would like that, please comment below, send us messages. We'll work on a series of something to do with that. We'd love to explore that topic more. So if people are interested, then feel free, tell us, sound off, tell us in all the places that you find this interview or the podcast or wherever you're listening to this on.
Yeah, so you can comment anywhere below. If depending what you're listening on, whether whatever your video channel is, like and subscribe it. Check us out on all the social medias. We're a Confidence Through Cabaret, and I'm so excited because when you Google Confidence Through Cabaret, it's every week.
It's
It's
just
like
a list of us. Yes.
We're well on our second page now. And then you can also check us out on Twitter, which is at YBYWYS. And you'll also find me on Clubhouse, which is at Heather YBYWYS. And what does it stand for, Ryan? Smart Alec.
I enjoyed that. I still lip sync. It stands for your body, your world, your stage.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again.
We'll see you again. Thank you. Bye.